Hello all, and welcome back to Belfast Worm Farm. This is the first time we've checked on our worm bin since we added the bubble wrap tops to it. As you can see, there's condensation forming on inside it, so we are hoping that keeps the worm slightly warmer. Frank Little posted on our YouTube channel on one of our videos to say that we should leave a bigger gap around the edge. As you can see, there is a bigger gap around the edge, so hopefully that will let the air in. So when we pull back the top, lovely little slug down there. Where is he? There he is. A little slug. The bedding isn't as dry as it normally would be sitting on the top, so what we're going to do is we're going to feed some raspberries today. We were lucky enough to get some raspberries. A lot of fellow worm farmers, they've been actually putting the food in the middle or to the side and burying it slightly, so we're going to start doing that, because for the past few months we've been adding it just to the top. We're going to see if that has a different effect. So that's today's food, raspberries. So we just grab a little spoonful of these and just place it in the middle. A little bit more because these worms do get hungry. And then we're just going to bury it up again. We do have more bedding to add to this, but we're going to add it later on when the boys are home from school. And then we'll put the lid back on and we'll just see how that one goes. With this bin, I've just pulled the lid back and there's another couple of slugs there. Originally we were worried about them, but they seem to help. If anything, they're not hindering the worms, so we're not too fussed about it. Even with the new bubble wrap lid to it, this isn't overly moist in here, so we're hoping that it does retain the heat. With this bin, we're going to try and feed in the corner rather than just going to feed down this corner down here rather than in the centre like in the other one. So we'll grab some more of these raspberries. 2 wee dollops in the corner, and then again we'll cover that up and we'll add some more bedding. If you do follow us, you'll see that we shred our cardboard in a food blender, and that seems to do the trick for us. All of them worm bins there. 10, if you remember, bin 10 was the one that the worms got protein poisoning or lack of bedding poisoning. We're not quite sure, but that one we're just going to leave to just see what happens. But all the other bins have been fed with raspberries, and they've all got the new lid on the top, which we're still testing. We're just going to see how that one pans out, and now we're going to check in this bin in here to see how these worms are getting on. This is one of the bins that we didn't put the lid on. It just seems to be a bit of a damp, squishy mess in there at the moment, but we'll keep monitoring it. The worms are fine. They're underneath. No signs of anything wrong there. And you see the castings in the bottom of this is coming along really nicely now. Dark, rich castings, looking awesome. Has Henry come to join us again? More baby worms coming out to play. Loads of castings in this one, and loads of cocoons. Castings in here seem slightly different to the other castings, and this one we've been adding cardboard to a lot more than the rest. So when we dig down into this one, see how it's slightly more spongy. There's more cardboard in this. That's baby corn there, you can see in the middle. A worm enjoying itself there. This is another one of the bins that we added the new bubble wrap lid to. Typical worm snugs in this bin, soaking up the excess moisture. Worms are loving it. This is the one we added the baby corn to. Too early for any signs of too much being eaten at the moment. The worms there are fine. Still uneaten corn there from the last time we fed them, so there we go. It's a blueberry. I'm quite lucky in the way that I work in a place that we have a lot of waste products that if we can't find a home for, we use. I take home and feed to the worms. Some mould on the lid there, so I just wanted to see what it was. More baby worms over in the corner there. They must be doing something right. This bin, we've put the paper trays that we shred up, but this one here we didn't rip up. This one here we just put in whole to see what would happen. Although it soaked up the water, it's not broken down enough, and the worms don't seem to be eating it. So with this bin here, let me just show you underneath there. Lots and lots of worms. I could watch worms all day long, they're so therapeutic. Awesome. So this one here needs some paper pulp added to it instead of these big clumpy bits. As you can see, this bin's teeming with worms and cocoons. This weekend our plan is to go through the worm bins and remove all the cocoons and put them into a second hatchery, as we like to call it. Some more baby worms just there. Awesome. Right, so that's it for today's video. It's just a very tiny quick update to show you that how the new lids are working. So far so good. It's too early to tell whether it's having adverse effects on the worms or not, but we'll just keep the worms down here are teeming. Yeah, so we'll just keep checking back and keep watching our videos. And if you do like what you see, then don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks very much. Bye bye.